Okay, here we have a couple of practice problems with our equations of lines that we're going to go through and work. And there are going to be several problems on your assignments that deal with stuff like these, especially this first one. So let's read through it. Write an equation for the line that is parallel to the line y equals 5x plus 3 and passes through the point 4, 0. Explain how you determine the answer. So a lot of students have a lot of trouble with these types of questions. If you read this box right here, it talks about how you can use point slope form of a line in order to solve these problems. So the first thing we need to do is we need to just figure out if it's parallel or perpendicular. If it's parallel, the slope is the same. If it's perpendicular, the slope is a negative reciprocal. Since this line is parallel, I know that my slope is going to be 5. That's all the information I need from this equation. I'm done. I don't care about the 3. I don't care about anything else that's going on. Now I need the point, and I'm going to use point slope form of a line, which is right here. So if you want to go ahead and highlight this in your book, you know, or do something so you know where that is, that might be helpful. And now we're just going to plug stuff in. We're going to have y minus y1. Well, y1 is just the y of our point. So here that's going to be 0. Equals m. Well, we determined that's going to be 5 times x minus x1, which is 4. Now I'm just going to do some algebra, right? Y minus 0, well, I can just go ahead and get rid of that 0. So I'm just left with y. Now I need to distribute. So I'm going to do 5 times x. That gives me 5x. And then a negative times a positive gives me a negative. And 5 times 4 is 20. Here is the equation of a line that is parallel. Our slope is the same. And it passes through this point right here. So it's not too difficult. There's just several steps. So if you come to a problem like this on your assignment, you need to follow this box right here. Now, let's look at this next question. Without graphing the equations, predict whether the lines given by y minus 2x equals 5 and 2x minus y equals 4 are parallel. So I'm going to write these out next to each other. Y minus 2x equals 5 and 2x minus y equals 4. And I want to decide, I want to determine if they are parallel. Well, in order to do this, the easiest way to do this is to put this into y equals form for each one. So we're just going to do some algebra and move stuff, around to get it away from y. So over here, the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this 2x. I'm going to add that on both sides. These will cancel, and I'm left with y equals 2x plus 5. So now I'm in y equals. I know what my slope is. Here's my slope. It's 2. So let's do the same thing over here. Now I'm going to subtract my 2x. Because see, over here was a subtraction, or a minus. Over here is a plus. So I'm going to do the opposite. So minus 2x. Those cancel. Negative y equals negative 2x plus 4. Now to get rid of this negative, I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. Or I'm just going to change the sign before each term. So if I change this sign, that becomes a positive y, and then positive 2x, and then a negative 4. Now my slope here is also positive 2. So are they parallel? Yes. They have the same slope.